You open your social media. Look at the people you went to college with. One just got promoted. Someone else bought a house. Someone started a company. Someone is traveling every other month. And suddenly, you start wondering, what am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Yesterday, you were perfectly happy with your life. Today, after 10 minutes of scrolling, you feel behind. But here's the strange part, nothing about your life actually changed. Only your comparison did. So here is the question, what if you're not actually behind? What if you're simply running a race you never chose? Think about how most of us are taught to measure success. Good grades, good college, good job, higher salary, promotion, better house, better car, more followers, more money. And every time you reach one level, there's another one above it. You get promoted. Then someone else gets promoted faster. You get a good salary. Then you discover someone your age earns twice as much. You buy a house, then someone you know buys a bigger one. So you keep moving the finish line. And that is where comparison becomes dangerous because you stop asking, what do I actually want? And start asking, why don't I have what they have? Thousands of years ago, there was a story about a young boy named Nachiketa. He meets Yama, the lord of death, and Nachiketa has a question he desperately wants to answer. But Yama doesn't immediately give him the answer. Instead, Yama offers him something else, wealth, long life, cattle, horses, gold, a vast kingdom, all sorts of pleasures, everything a person could possibly want. Basically, Yama is saying here, forget your difficult question, take all of this instead. Now, imagine someone offered you that choice, a huge amount of money, everything you have been working toward. No financial worries, no career anxiety. Would you take it? Of course you would, right? But Nachiketa doesn't. So, why does he refuse? Because Nachiketa understands something surprisingly uncomfortable. All those things Yama is offering will eventually disappear. Wealth can be spent, pleasure fades, life ends, and if he spends his life chasing things that doesn't last, he still hasn't answered the question he originally came to ask. So he refuses the offer. And that is where the story becomes relevant to us. Because our problem isn't necessarily that we want money or success or a better life. The actual problem is who decided that these are the things we should want. The Katha Upanishad describes a distinction between Shreyas and Preyas. Very roughly, Preyas is what immediately attractive or pleasurable, and Shreyas is what is genuinely beneficial for you. And those two don't always point in the same direction. The bigger salary might be attractive, but is the job right for you? The promotion might look impressive, but do you actually want the responsibility? The expensive car might look successful, but can you comfortably afford it? The startup might look exciting, but do you want to spend the next 5 years building it? The answer isn't always no. The point is, don't let someone else's definition of success answer the question for you. Now, coming back to your life, think about something you desperately want right now. A promotion, a higher salary, a new car, a bigger house, a business, more followers, whatever it is. Now remove everyone else from the picture. Nobody knows what you bought. Nobody sees your salary. Nobody knows your job title. Nobody sees your Instagram. Nobody can compare you with anyone. Would you still want it? If the answer is yes, good, go after it. But if the answer suddenly becomes, actually, I'm not sure, that is worth paying attention to. Because maybe you don't want the thing. Maybe you want what the thing says about you. And this is where comparison gets you. Now imagine two people. Person A earns 10 lakh a year and genuinely enjoys what they are doing. And person B earns 25 lakhs but spends every day trying to reach to 40 lakhs because someone else earns that. Who is ahead? There is no number that can answer that. Because the moment your definition of success depends on someone else's position, there is no finish line. There will always be someone richer, someone younger, someone more successful, someone with a better body, with a better career, or someone with a bigger house. And if that is the scoreboard you are using, you can win and still feel like you are losing. So, are you behind? Maybe. Maybe you are genuinely stuck. Maybe you need to work harder. Maybe you need to learn a new skill. Maybe you need to make a difficult change. Ancient wisdom isn't telling you don't be ambitious. It's asking a different question. Are you ambitious about something you actually chose? Because there is a huge difference between I want to become successful and I want to become successful because I don't want to feel inferior to someone else. The first can drive you, the second will control you. So, the next time you feel like everyone is ahead of you, don't immediately try to catch up. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. First, do I actually want this? Second, would I still want it if nobody could see it? And third, am I moving towards something or simply running away from feeling behind? You might still decide that you want the promotion. You might still want the money. You might still want the house. That's completely fine. The point isn't to want less. It's to know why you want it. Because maybe the biggest trap isn't a failure. Maybe it's winning a race that you never wanted to run. Nachiketa was offered almost everything the world could put a price on. And he still stopped to ask, is this actually what I want? That is a question worth asking before your next promotion, your next purchase, your next career move, and maybe even your next goal. Because sometimes you don't need to run faster. You need to stop, look around, and decide whether this is actually your race.